Canadians will be paying less tax starting today and for the next 2 months. On many purchases, the GST and HST are suspended, but many shoppers say it's not clear to them which products will save them money.
It's been quite confusing the way they've sort of laid it out in terms of what is eligible. And I know I've been watching the news and seeing retailers be quite confused as how to account for this within their books. They have thousands and thousands of items and all with different qualifications. So yeah, it looks like it's a little more confusing than helpful.
If the government means to basically give all of us a holiday gift, it should include everybody, not just on the specific items like prepared meal or kids stuff or something like that.
And the confusion is not just limited to shoppers. There's also a lack of certainty for many retailers over which items will remain taxed. As the CBC's Anis Haidari explains, that's part of why some experts say this tax cut may not help businesses.
Retailers across Canada are charging a little less tax these days. The federal government has suspended the GST and HST on a selection of items, but it's caused a lot of extra effort for businesses. Many had to spend a lot of time reconfiguring sales systems in the hours just before the tax cut took effect.
It's hard because I do appreciate the gesture, like we've never seen this before. I just don't think they understand how much work it is to do it. I think for us in particular, I think for certain businesses, it might be awesome. But for our store, where there's so much variety, it is a headache.
While some businesses, such as restaurants, have welcomed the move, saying it will boost sales, others, like variety retailers who carry both taxable and tax-free goods, say the cost to implement this will wipe out profit from any additional sales. And economists and business groups have criticized the temporary tax cut, saying that because it came without enough notice and only excludes some items, it was complicated and expensive to implement.
Pokemon cards are eligible for the cut, but hockey cards aren't. And so on. And the cost to that is also that retailers are going to make mistakes. They are going to think that things are tax-free when they're not.
Federal officials have said this tax cut is a way to put more money in Canadians' pockets. The federal government also says it expects the GST to be removed at the point of sale, otherwise known as when a customer pays for something. But if you pay the tax and think you shouldn't have, the government says to take it up with the retailer. Anis Haidari, CBC News, Calgary.
Okay, so it is a little confusing, and we're going to break down for you now which items you will be saving on. The CBC's Tricia Kindleman is here with the long and involved list of just what's in and what's out.
That's right. There's definitely some nuance, some caveats to these categories, so we'll take a bit of a walk through it right now. If we start with sort of the food and grocery category, something we're all purchasing on a very regular basis. Now, it's extending that tax break now to prepared foods. That's like sandwiches, salads, platters. It also does extend into catering and that sort of thing. Busy time of year, many people hosting events and that sort of thing. So there is absolutely some opportunity to get a bit of a tax break around that sort of stuff. If we take a look at beverages and that sort of thing, coffee, tea, carbonated drinks, juices are included in this tax exemption, this tax holiday. Also, some alcoholic beverages. It does also, include wine, beer, sake, a number of different types of alcohol. There are some limitations around the percentage of alcohol and size of the bottle and the thing that's available. But again, it is a pretty broad category there that does include those drinks. But when we start to look at the children's toys and goods, video games, books, that sort of thing, again, some weird breakdowns are in the mix there. When we look at those video games and books in particular, you have to buy the physical copy of those in order to be able to get this tax exemption. So if you're buying it online, you're buying it for your e-reader, you could still be paying some taxes on those purchases. And again, we sort of, heard Pokemon cards versus hockey cards mentioned there. So definitely some weird splits in between these goods and that sort of thing that are on the list. One important thing to note, though, the savings does really vary from province to province. Provinces that have the HST, so that's the harmonized sales tax, where they combine the provincial or formerly provincial sales tax with the current GST, that is all currently under that tax holiday. So some provinces will be saving anywhere between 13% and 15%, while provinces like British Columbia, Manitoba, where there is still a provincial sales tax will still be paying that PST throughout this tax holiday that we're under right now, Linda.
Thanks very much, Trisha.
Thanks.